Okay, I finally figured it out. I'm a grad student, and I know for a fact that I personally learn stuff better when I explain it to people. I also, because I've been trying to explain stuff to people for my entire lives, have run into a couple of like possible scenarios. One is like bored friends that don't care, but two is like people that are actually kind of interested in what it is that I'm learning. So there's this phenomenon psychologically that Julia talks about on the podcast called rubber ducking in computer science, where computer scientists would get stuck on a problem and they would explain it to a coworker, and even before their coworker had said anything, they would answer the question. So the act of just attempting to explain what the problem was actually caused them to find the solution. But there's this other problem, which is I'm also really interested in, like, I'm a performer. I'm stuck with this performance thing inside me. I care about how well articulated something is, and I care about the aesthetics and the beats and the rhythm and how it all fits together. But beyond just like videographic elements, what are the aesthetics of the intellectual substance of the vlog? Is what's there articulated very well? And then there's even a third drive, which is I'm also interested in how ideas are related together. So not just like there's this one thing, but what's the relationship between this thing and this other thing? And that process requires a lot more thinking than just explaining like a one substance kind of thing. So 3 levels. Level 1, I need to explain stuff. I also want the ideas to be said in a very interesting and articulate way, and then I also want to do this synthesis work. So what I finally figured out that I'm trying to get across here is that now it makes sense. 3 different channels. So channel number 1 is an explanation channel. I'm literally just going to have things that I'm reading about, I'm learning, I'm trying to understand. Like, I want to push my own thinking on stuff, and I want to make sure that I understand it. So I will explain things to you instead of to a rubber duck. Hey, do you want to hear about what I'm studying? No? Oh, okay. All right. Second channel, I'm going to attempt a higher level synthesis of ideas. That is, like, is there a can we find a relationship between something that I explained and something else that I explained? That's going to require a little more thought, it's going to be a little more labor intensive, and then the video production quality is going to follow that as a result. And then finally, I'm obsessed with this, like, the aesthetics of things. So beyond just having a cool idea, I also want to make a channel where I like proper video essays. Oh, but there's one more thing. Everything has to have a form. Like, you can't have stuff without. Is it a poem? Is it an essay? Is it what's the form of the thing? So I am gonna explain stuff to you. I'll be talking, but the form is it's a vlog. I'm starting a vlog. Okay, so I've been sitting on this video for a while, and I think it makes a lot of sense. But the one thing that I do kind of want to make clear is that the main priority of the channel is that I want to explore the ideas that I'm interested in. I think the last couple of months of YouTubing, I worked really hard to make videos that I thought people would find interesting instead of focusing on the things that I think are interesting. So the reason I'm relaunching, the reason I'm doing this whole new intro, even though I have a bunch of videos up already, is because I want to make it clear to you and to myself that the new channel, new name, new everything, is about focusing on the things that I think are interesting. And if that means I get to vlog a little and like have fun with like video editing stuff, sure, let it be. But if it means that I need to make a 20-minute video about Aristotle, that's also going to happen. 100% leaning in on the things that I find interesting. We'll be making those essays, we'll be making those high video quality things. But in the last video in the video you just watched, I said it's going to be 3 different channels. I'm not going to do that either. It's going to be all in one channel. That's going to be it. All right, cool. Thank you for watching. Videos that are coming up, independent argument about artificial intelligence and Facebook and singularity, and then just a couple of explanation videos about Aristotle, and then another independent argument about quantum and special relativity and breaking the notion of the absolute, and then how those are. And then I'm going to make a follow-up video where I just say the exact opposite thing of what I was doing because I want to push my own thinking on stuff. All right, cool. So welcome to the new channel. It's going to be called That Makes Sense to Me for lots of reasons that I'll explain later. And this video makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you. If it did, hit like the buttons. Bye. These ducks aren't rubber, but I could explain to them. They won't get bored. But then no one benefits except for me.